It's a real completely different place than the city. You can get connected back to nature and back to a slower pace of life. Just thinking about what you want to think about and doing what you want to do.
My big thing is fishing. It's relaxing and get outside and get a lot of fresh air and a little exercise, and does the heart good.
Trout fishing in Texas is kind of unique. I mean, a lot of people come to Texas and say, wow, you know, we got trout in Texas, and we do. We have very high-quality trout fishing in Texas, and most of it is right here on the Guadalupe River. The stocking program with rainbow trout started in the mid-1960s. Since that time, from 1965 to present, over 1.1 million rainbow trout have been stocked in the Guadalupe River below Canyon Dam.
The Rainbow Trout Program is a program that the Texas Parks and Wildlife operates where catchable size fish are stocked through the winter months from December through February. And it really provides a wonderful fishing opportunity for anglers in the winter months. The program operates at about 220,000 trout statewide, and they're stocked in 77 locations throughout the state.
315 millimeters.
There's 5 hatcheries that work with the program through the winter, and they're located throughout the state. As a part of our cultural operation, the rainbow trout come in the first part of December. We'll sample on a weekly basis, measure fish, and count them and weigh them to see if they're growing or not.
370 millimeters.
And we put them on a daily feeding program.
14.87.
And then harvested on a weekly basis and delivered to different sites. Trout stamps provide the money that buys the trout and pays for the feed. It also pays for the administration and some of the law enforcement costs, too.
We're stocking the trout. The fishermen are very interested in them and have been for quite some time. Otherwise, we wouldn't be stocking. Basically, our sampling on the river has involved all times of the year. We use a variety of gear types. We even use electricity to sample fish. It's called shocking. It's a very good way to sample fish. It doesn't harm the fish. It just takes them a short time to recover, and we release them, and they're released unharmed.
This is a common fish sampling technique that's used all over the United States for sampling fish populations. We use it to look at the health of a fishery and see what the fish population and the fish themselves are doing.
Fish on.
Fishing a river is a little more rewarding to fish than a lake, I think, because there seems to be so much more life to a river because it's always moving and changing, and the wildlife, particularly on the hill country streams, is in itself just a reason to come out. We have wild Mexican goats on the bluffs behind me up here, and if you catch a couple of fish when you're out, then that makes the day complete. Give it a shot. I run a full-time fly fishing guide business in the Texas Hill Country, and in the wintertime and early spring, we fly fish for trout. See one working behind the rocks there? See that rock pile? I get a lot of folks on the trips that just want to learn how to fly fish and feel more comfortable having somebody come out and show them how to fly fish and enjoy the whole experience, and instead of learning to cast in a parking lot. And good. There he is. Hit him. Oh, good shot.
The Guadalupe River is just one of some 70 locations in the state where rainbow trout are stocked. The Guadalupe River, though, is a unique place to come fishing. In most places in Texas, water temperatures become too high during the summer and trout would not survive. The main foundation of this is that the water that comes into the river is discharged out of the bottom of Canyon Reservoir. So the water stays very, very cold. So we can stock this river and expect fish to survive year-round. That makes this place a real special place for trout.
This is probably the only place in the state where we could have a trophy trout fishery, and that's something unique and something that Texans have never had before.
This is a mature male going through the spawn. You can see the semen coming out. And people say that fish don't reproduce naturally in this river. Well, there's proof they do.
In order to protect trout and give them a chance to grow to trophy size, a special regulation zone was developed. This special zone covers a 9-mile stretch of the Guadalupe River in Comal County. In this zone, anglers can fish with any bait type they want and can catch all the trout they want. However, any trout they intend to keep must be at least 18 inches long and be caught on an artificial lure.
When they're hooked on live bait, they tend to swallow the bait, and then the hook, usually it penetrates their esophagus, and then it goes and hits an important internal organ like their liver or their heart. So in order to cut down on hooking mortality, we thought it would be better if we could keep people from using live bait as much as possible.
Come on. Come on. And there he goes.
Right now I'm fishing at the catch and keep point. So I don't have to use a lure. I can use natural bait, in this case corn. Seems to work pretty good.
We're really managing trout for two ways on the river. I mean, I think a lot of people had the misconception originally that this regulation would affect the entire river segment, but that's not true. I mean, what we've done is, through our survey work, is identify a stretch of the river where we have the best potential for trout survival, and we'd like to intensively manage just that section of the river and keep doing what we've been doing on some of the other segments.
Trout Unlimited people were the people who probably first had the vision that the Guadalupe River could be more than just a put-and-take fishery, that fish could live in this river year-round. So it was some people with vision 25 years ago that started this Trout Unlimited chapter, and have really helped bring this river to where it is today.
The trout fishery here, we believe, will do a great deal to not only provide wintertime recreation for folks, but will help keep our businesses that are located all up and down the river active and healthy.
Yep. There's a big one with him, a dark one, right above him.
Right now, it's the southernmost tail race fishery in the country, but I want to see it become the best. You know, if it's possible, we're going to do it.